Welcome back to the podcast, everybody. It's episode number 48 of That's a Shame. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Could be a quick one. I don't know, because maybe I had to kick my fucking wife out of the apartment because it was time to record the podcast, and I didn't record all day because I was watching football, even though she was out all day, and I should have taken the opportunity to record while she was gone, but I didn't. So she came in and I was like, you got to bounce and, take the dog on a 35-ish minute walk or so I can record this thing. And she wasn't too happy about that. And so here I am sitting here after getting fucking chastised, ridiculed, all the words for berated, because it'd be a real lovely fucking thing if, just somewhere nearby in the West Village, I had I was able to afford just a tiny little studio that I could fit, a desk in, a ring light, and the two cacti that are here by my sides in, and just go and record whenever the fuck I felt like recording, and didn't have to worry about getting the lady heated. But she's heated, dude. She's fucking pissed, and now I'm here recording the podcast like a man who can't afford a studio. But I'm doing it, and I'll get in a fucking fight. I'll get in a fight with my wife any day of the week to make sure I can get out my thoughts and rants to you fucking people who tune in every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday to listen to this podcast, because you guys fucking spread it out. Based on the statistics that I see here when I'm recording, you guys, all days of the week you're listening, all times, all hours, all locations, I guess is what I was trying to say. I'll give a nice little shout out to the one review or two new reviews that came on in. Patty McPherson, shout out to you getting in on the ground floor. Appreciate the review and the rating. Go on over there and rate and review if you haven't, so that I can start making some goddamn money on this podcast and record it, not in this fucking bedroom, living room situation I got going on. Yeah, man, been watching football all day and all night, and just what a fucking time to be alive. Just the Septembers and Octobers of the year are good times of the year, because I can just know exactly what I want to do on a Sunday, and that's nothing but watch way too many games at one time. I'm watching so many fucking games that I don't even really know what's going on in any of the games. And I just get angry because most of the things going on in the games aren't helping me in my fantasy team. But I'm happy because I've grown as an adult, because I used to do like 4 fantasy leagues a fucking year. And now I'm down to 1, dude. And that's growth. That's growth as an adult, I think. I hope. It feels like I waste 1/4 of the amount of time, or 3/4 less of the amount of time I used to waste on fucking fantasy football. But you better believe if they start making sports betting legal in New York, I'll start wasting a lot more time doing that. That's the only thing holding me back. Dude, I fucking contemplated getting in my car and driving to Jersey the other day so I could place a couple bets on the Barstool Sports app. Convenience is the only thing that's stopping me from fucking throwing mad money down, money that I don't have, on just like random prop bets. Do you guys know what prop bets are? I'm sure you guys know, most of you know what prop bets are. But I'll go down a real rabbit hole if that becomes available to me. Just random bets about, is Daniel Jones going to fucking flick his dick before he throws his 8th pass of the game? I'll throw money down on that. You better believe it. But right now I can't do that, only because I'm not allowed to, for no reason whatsoever. But it's probably a good thing for me, if I'm being completely honest with you. And this fucking NFL, man, I'm sick of old white people ruining shit. The fucking country and the NFL. Go home. Just get out of here, man. Go home. Stop applying to these fucking jobs. Sell the teams that you own. John Mara, the owner of the Giants, fucking choke and have like a minor stroke that is hard to recover from, so that you're forced to, step down as the owner of the team, and then you recover on your own time, living in the woods. 100% recovery, but just it takes enough time that where you have your hand is forced to sell the team, and you can stop interfering. And the Giants, not only is he making the fans of the Giants miserable, Okay, he's also found a way to make all fans across the league fucking miserable. And it's because him and a bunch of fucking old whiteys, a bunch of old fucking crackers who are just, why? Why are you so bitter and old when you've went through life as a white, rich man? And not even rich, fucking wealthy, dude. Wealthy as shit. Owning football teams. Ones that have, specifically one that has had success in the past. You won Super Bowls. You're fucking loaded. You own a sports team that has won, and you're a fucking cranky piece of shit who's enforcing so what the NFL is doing nowadays, people, is they're enforcing this thing called the taunting rule. And what that is a bunch of white people on the competition committee got together and said, hey, we're sick of these fucking players having a good time. So whenever a player makes, a sick play, a big play, an important play in the game, if he stands up and flexes or, flicks the ball or gets in the face of the player he made a tackle on or something, it's a fucking penalty. And it changes the outcome of the game. And it's a fucking nightmare. People hate it. Everybody hates it right now. Every fan, every player, every coach, every whatever is all in unison in hating this fucking rule. How do you literally have people, just uber competitive people playing in the NFL, gladiator style. The NFL is like, here, play the most violent sport that has ever existed in the world in front of thousands of roaring fans pumping your adrenaline up. Okay? Do that as your job and then also have no emotion. How are you going to do that? It's impossible. Let them fucking play. Stop pissing all of us off. Stop having the outcomes of games changed because somebody fucking flexed their muscles after they made an insanely impressive play that took them risking their lives. Assholes, man. Old white people ruining the NFL and the country. Get out of office. Get out of Congress. Get out of the fucking White House. You guys don't know what's going on anymore. You don't know what people want. You don't know what's for the betterment of the people. It's just like my buddy told me that one time. My mom fucking made me a doctor's appointment. And I went to a doctor who sucked. And I told my buddy about it. And he was like, why do you have your mom making you doctor's appointments anymore? The time has passed them. We're used to, relying on them for knowing what to do in precious situations in life in general. But now we are of the age to where we know more about the modern day than they know. And it's not their fault. It's just what happens. You're old. You can't keep up. You got to worry about, all your friends are fucking dying. Your parents died. All your relatives died. You're getting fired. Your fucking Social Security's running out. Your pension didn't work out. There's a lot on the plate of an old person. Keeping up with what should be going on in the NFL and also in the country, you don't have time for it. So just step aside, man, and just fucking get a house either on the water or in the woods and just relax in a quiet place and find some hobbies that you like. Smoke cigars, build a pull-up bar and stay in kind of good shape, but then also cancel out the workout by slamming alcohol or doing drugs every night. But balance it out with the workout so you don't die early. You'll still die old, but you have a good time. You can't do that. Why is Joe Biden the president of the fucking United States? Get a cabin in the woods in Maine. Smoke weed, drink beers, and throw darts at trees. Okay? Try to catch raccoons and domesticate them. I don't know. What do old fucking people do, man? But that's what they should be doing. Old people should definitely be trying to catch raccoons and see if they're reasonable pets for us to start having instead of pretending like they give a fuck about immigrants coming over the border, because they don't. Isn't it crazy, man? Isn't it fucking crazy how the whole time Trump was president, every single person who was a Democrat was talking about how much of a nightmare the border was? And now it's not talked about at all, even though videos leak every day of I just saw a video of 15,000 plus people at the border camping out, making homes, and it's not even being talked about. Why is anybody into politics? I get it. It's the same as me being into football, though. Fucking pointless. Except I don't fucking not talk to friends and family and cut people out of my life because they voted a different way. I mean, because the equivalent would be if I did that over somebody liking the Jets and I like the Giants. I don't do that. But other people in politics do that. I get angry at the Giants. I don't get angry at people who are fans of other teams. I mean, I'll roast you. I'll roast you friendly, kind of. Not really. I'll fucking hate you. What am I talking about? I hate everybody. But I start out hating everybody. I don't cut them out of my life because of a fucking opinion. I fully fucking judge them before I know anything about them, and then I make an assumption about hating them, and then it's just over for them, dude. If you fucking if you move a wrong way, you got such a small chance of getting into my circle of non-judgment before I start judging you that it's nearly impossible. The people who've gotten into it, man, congrats to you, bro. Not congrats because, it's nothing special being in my circle, but it's just, whether or not it's a special thing to be in that circle or not, it's still a tough circle to get into. So, you did it. I don't know if it says anything good about you or bad about you. Who knows if, I don't think I'm good at judging people. I just know what I can tolerate, and what I can tolerate doesn't necessarily mean that that's a good person. It actually probably means the opposite of that, because I fucking hate people who seem like they're too good. There's this one comic, I'm not going to fucking say his name, but every fucking time I see him, this guy's got a smile on his face, and he's happy to talk to these other comics who are just fucking some of the worst people in the world. And the fact that he is happy to talk to them makes me not like him. Because to me, it comes off immediately that, oh, you're good at faking it, meaning you're not authentic, meaning I don't care for you. Because I don't like people who are good at faking it, man. It makes my stomach turn into a knot, because then I just can't. I don't know what they're doing with me, and I know what they're doing with me, but they're faking it. And I'm not into that. So I'll judge a person quick, dude. And even if they were a good person and could have been a good friend of mine, it's worth not finding out rather than finding out too late about them being a piece of shit and really getting on my nerves. So there you go. There you go for that. Jeez Louise. Like, even if I think I met LeBron, I wouldn't even give him a chance because of all... I've just formulated my opinion on him. And my opinion is that guy fucking stinks, dude. Here's the thing. Here's one thing that I'll formulate. I formulated my opinion on LeBron over a lot of things that he's done over the course of time being in the NBA. But here's a specific thing that even if this was the only thing, it would make me not like him. He won't just let his hair go. He won't let it go. He's fucking balding as shit. You've seen the pictures. It's horrific. He puts so much. He's had a hair transplant. You see the scar. He puts like fake powdered shit on there. Every time he's in a commercial, he makes sure they touch it up so it looks like he's got the fucking hairline of a 12-year-old. He just puts so much effort into that stuff and granted, I know I talk about how I'm insecure about losing my hair and I wish I wasn't, but I'm not LeBron, man. When you're the fucking greatest basketball player that's maybe walked the planet of the fucking, ever walked on this planet, and you're fucking 6'9", 240, and you could just murder anybody you wanted, but then you're also that insecure about a thing like your hair, you shouldn't be, man. That's an incorrect way to live. You should just be like, I'm fucking LeBron James, dude. If you're LeBron James, your attitude should be, I'm LeBron James, and I'll rock a fucking bald head. He shouldn't even fucking shave his head. He should shave exactly where he's balding and just walk around like that. Because he should be like, I'm fucking 6'9", 240, and I'll dunk on you any fucking day of the week and put my dick in your mouth while I'm in the air. You can't be self-conscious about your hairline while you're the best player in the world. And also one of the biggest human beings ever. Just lean into the baldness, man. You can't act like me. You can't have the demeanor of a fucking 5'5" white guy who's got a very mediocre podcast and a small stand-up career brewing. You can't have the same mentality about your hair that guy does. That guy being me. Does that make any sense to you? Why am I so angry? Should I do a happy podcast one day? Maybe that'll be the next Patreon episode. The next Patreon episode is I have to be fucking happy the whole episode. I have to praise people. I have to pick a list of people that I'm going to fucking praise. Because the only people I praise right now are people who leave reviews on Apple and people who subscribe to my Patreon. And if you don't subscribe to my Patreon, go on over to patreon.com/NickAlexComedy. Shout out to the Patreon members: Philip Free, Shane Baraldi, Kaylin Andy, John Odgren, Romeo Barajas, Mike T, Kai, Melissa Pryor, Rebecca Lyon, Chris Manfredi, Steve Passabane, Trevor Vacris. Love you guys. And I appreciate the feedback on the recent Patreon episodes. It means a lot to me. So yeah, keep liking and sharing and commenting on those posts. Growing a community in there. Yeah, man. So my lady's fucking heated at me. She's taking my dog for. I'm like, I don't know why she can't just pretend that she had to take the dog for a walk and act like I'm not even like. Don't get mad at me about having to record a podcast. Just pretend you had to walk the dog for 25 minutes to 35 minutes, and that's a long fucking walk. But the dog needs it, man. And she said, I knew as soon as we left because this is the first place we lived in together where we haven't had outdoor space, so we have to walk the dog. We used to just open the door and let him shit and piss on terraces and our backyard in Greenpoint. But now we got to fucking walk him. And I said to her, we're going to get a place without a terrace, and I'm going to be the one to walk him 100% of the time. And you know what? I'm the one to walk him 100% of the time. So she should have fucking left happily and be like, you know what? Look, you could have recorded your podcast all day, but you watch football for no reason, which I definitely did. And I should have apologized about it. I did apologize about it. But also she could have pretended like, look, I'm not holding up my end of the deal. I should be walking this dog more. I don't walk the dog more. Let me just walk the dog right now and I'll pretend like you're not even recording the podcast. I'm just holding up my end of the bargain on the dog walking shit. Ugh. Sick of walking this dog with this sidewalk dining stuff, man. I told you guys, he likes to shit right after he eats his dinner. Most people in New York City eat dinner when he eats dinner. I had to pick up his shit yesterday in front of a dude 2 feet from a guy who was sitting down eating fucking chicken tikka masala at the Bombay Bistro. Unbelievable. Unacceptable. It's never going to end. The sidewalk dining is never going to go away. Life will never go back to what it fucking is, man. Can someone explain to me? I understand the whole vaccine thing about if you're I don't know, because a lot of people who are vaccinated are very angry at people who are not vaccinated, and it's because they're saying that being around unvaccinated people puts them at risk, even though they push the vaccine on people because they believe it protects them. So if you believe it protects you, why do you want to fight to the death for the other people who don't have it to get it? You're good. You're covered. You're in the bubble, baby. But I also understand wanting people to get it in the grand scope of things, because what's the main problem now with COVID is the variants. The variants are the issue. And if everybody's vaxxed, then COVID can't fucking infiltrate a ton of people, regenerate its whatever, morph and merge and turn into a stronger fucking Delta and whatever all these other names are for things. Dude, how mad would you be if you were fucking Delta Airlines? How mad would you be if you were Corona, the beer company? Why can't they just name it? I understand that the word Delta means change, but just name it things that don't exist, man. You're fucking with people's businesses. The stock of Corona dropped aggressively when this shit fucking happened. That's so fucked up, man. They should have been like, look, this is in the lab, it's called Corona, but let's not tell the public that's what the name is, because we're going to torpedo somebody's business here. Let's name it fucking Sintaragati. Just name it a word that might be a word in Indian, I don't know, but whatever I just said, I feel like you could get away with that. Like we name hurricanes fucking things. Oh, a comic. I heard a fucking joke from a comic the other day that was fucking funny, and he talked about, he was talking about how, people like, Republicans and people in the middle of the country tend to not believe in global warming and climate change and shit, even though all these hurricanes are coming and stuff. So the comic was like, instead of naming the hurricane, names after like women and men like Ida and Henry and shit, just name it, give them Middle Eastern names. And Republicans and people in the middle of the country will start caring about global warming immediately. Hurricane Muhammad is on its way to fucking Texas. Oh, no way. I ain't letting Muhammad come and destroy my property. God, that was an awful fucking redneck accent. Hurricane Hurricane Muhammad ain't coming to take my guns. Hurricane Muhammad, Hurricane Osama bin Laden ain't coming to take my house and my rifle and my guns with a strong winds. We got to put an end to this, and we got to start conserving energy, using renewable energy, and getting rid of these greenhouse gases. We all got to go vegan. I wish I was better at accents, man. I think it would add a real nice dimension to this podcast, but I can't do it. I'm Chinese, and me want to know what do you do about the cousin that I want to see with the friends of me. I'll get fucking killed if any Chinese people listen to this podcast and want to fucking end my career. I feel like it's the only one I can do, though, is, I don't even want to do any more than that. You guys already know what accent I'm trying to do. Isn't that hilarious? You could just do the fucking, a Chinese accent is so stereotypical and also popular and just so pronounced that I could just make one noise and you know exactly what I guess you could do that with any accident. Hey! Is that obviously redneck? Lad. That's an Irish one. That's Chinese. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm doing here. You know what? I'm also starting to think that that two bed. When did the one bed? I remember back in the day and like old television, a lot of, because you couldn't show like anything that was like kind of, I guess, sexually forward. They would always show, like the husband and wife. There were two beds in their bedroom, and they did that for television specifically. But I think that should be a more popular thing. When did the one bed thing take place? Was it just because people were poor back in the day, and it was, people also like back in caveman days, you'd have to make your own bed out of fucking wood and shit. But now that we have the technology and it's very easy and beds aren't that expensive, I think a two bed master bedroom should be a more popular thing, because I don't care. It has nothing to do with how much you fucking love your wife or whatever. Not everybody, most people aren't compatible to sleep next to another person. I fucking move a lot, man. And some people snore. I move. My fucking girl radiates body heat, dude. She's a fucking lava lamp. It's like hugging a hot rock if I try to cuddle with her. And just being near her, just under the same covers with her, it's like being in an infrared sauna. And sometimes I think we might need, maybe we get a second bed. And then we just both pass out real quickly. If you want to fuck, we climb in the same bed with each other. We do that. And then we retire to our separate beds that are close enough together to feel like, we're not getting a divorce so that we're, on the verge of separating. But I think that should be a more popular thing, the two-bed master bedroom. My parents do it, but it has nothing to do with, just the logistics and logical talk that I'm giving you. They just fucking, Actually, it doesn't even have, they definitely don't like each other that much, but that actually doesn't even have to do with it. My dad has like the worst back of all time. He's got like 19 herniated discs and fucking, he's actually missing discs in his back, and his vertebrae is supposed to be lined up like this. His are fucking like, most of his are like this. I remember one time, dude, we were, when I had I think it was my first dog, Checkers, who fucking, oh my God, died of encephalitis. She got stung by a mosquito, and I came home one day. I was like 12 or 13. And she was foaming at the fucking mouth in the crate. We thought she had rabies, and she just started having seizures like every 10 minutes. Just because she got stung. She got fucking bit by a piece of shit fucking dickbag mosquito. And she died at 3. And it was a dog. I begged my parents for a dog for years. Finally got one. And then it fucking died when I was 3. And I cried in the shower for weeks, begging God to send Checkers back into my life. Brutal. But I remember one time when we first had the dog, my dad cannot lay down because his back is so fucked up. So one time he was like laying on his side on the bed, on the floor, like playing with the dog and throwing the toy to her and shit and just roughhousing with her. And he was there for like too long, and he tried to get up and he couldn't get up because he was in so much fucking pain. We had to call a goddamn ambulance. So he can't sleep in a bed with my mom because he can't lay down. So he sleeps in a fucking lazy boy in the den because his back, he has to sleep at not an upright position, but he's in a reclined dad position. He spends so much time in that lazy boy, man. He watches TV in it, sleeps in it. Typical fucking dad. But yeah, man. Why did I start talking about that though? Oh, the 2-bed thing. Yeah, so they haven't slept. I've literally, the last time I saw my parents sleep in the same bed was, I talked about it on the Patreon. And I let out some real secrets on the Patreon in the last episode. If you're not subscribed, man, you might want to fucking listen. But my dad came home from being somewhere for a long time, and I talked about it, and I walked in on him and my mom, doing the thing that makes you moan and feel good. And that was the last time I ever saw him in a bed together. And that was, I was 7. So, but yeah, man. Oh, God. Is there anything worse than fucking... Dude, oh, I got a shout out, man. Not even a shout out, but a fucking rest in peace to Norm Macdonald, dude. Oh, what a fucking legend, man. I mean, I'm sure if you guys listen to me, you like comedy and you know stand-up and you know who Norm Macdonald is. Ex-SNL cast member. Used to do Weekend Updates. Some of the fucking best Weekend Update jokes that were ever told. One of the best comedians in Cars Getting Coffee episode. If you guys haven't seen that, watch that episode, man. Just an absolute fucking legend. But he had a joke about walking in on his parents having sex one time. It was the worst 30 minutes of his life. So many good, just fucking... The thing about his stand-up is fucking phenomenal, but when he's doing comedy elsewhere on panel or just like anywhere else, he's just being silly, and he'll do like bad comedy on purpose, and he's just so fucking funny that even when he's being bad on purpose, it's still fucking hilarious, man. I'm gonna pull up a couple Norm jokes for you. Norm Macdonald. Here, let me do this one. Here we go.
Okay.
My wife went into a coma.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
And the doctor said to me, you won't hear this from any 1935 comic. He says to me, there's one way to wake her up, but it's a little unconventional. You go in there and you have oral sex with her. I said, by God. He says, I've seen it work. I said, well, I'm willing to try. So I go in there, I'm in there about 5 minutes, and I come out. I said, Doc, she's choking.
It's just a perfect fucking joke, man. Just so many jokes like that, bro. When he's on panel fucking around. I mean, I could do this all goddamn day, bro. Oh, man. He was just doing... He just says the most wild shit. He was fucking legendary. He has this fucking a Weekend Update joke that would just absolutely not fly in today's day and age. I'll play this one.
Who are safer drivers, men or women? Well, according to a new survey, 55% of adults feel that women are most responsible for minor fender benders, while 78% blame men for most fatal crashes. Please note that the percentages in these pie graphs do not add up to 100% because the math was done by a woman. For those of you hissing at that joke, it should be noted that that joke was written by a woman. So now you don't know what the hell to do. No, I'm just kidding. We don't hire women.
Legend, dude. That guy got fired from SNL for not backing off of O.J. Simpson jokes when the trials were going on. Oh my God. He went up at the ESPYs, bro, when it was while the O.J. Simpson trials were going on. And in the front row was Charles Woodson, who was a college player at the time. He just won the Heisman. And he was doing his monologue. He was talking about Charles Woodson. He just won the Heisman. You're the first defensive player to ever win the Heisman, and everybody's clapping. He's like, that's something that they can never take away from you unless you kill your wife in a waiter. And the fucking crowd everybody almost fucking passed out. Absolute legend, man. Rest in peace, Norm Macdonald. I'm so upset. I mean, I never got to see him live. I never got to meet him. I'm really bummed out about it. I really got to make it in comedy soon, dude. Otherwise, the people who I fucking grew up idolizing and that made me want to get into this goddamn thing are going to start dying. I am not going to handle it well when fucking Jerry Seinfeld or Larry David pass away, dude. I was very upset when Norm passed away, and I love this guy, but he's not even on the fucking radar compared to how much I'm into Seinfeld and Larry David. I mean, fucking kill me. I gotta meet those guys. So help blow my shit up, dude. I gotta fucking start popping. I gotta get successful. I really need to pop up because, man, I'm telling you, if I can get on the road and start headlining shows, I'm at a point in stand-up where I should be the main attraction of the night. I'm not to get cocky on you guys, but I should be headlining these fucking shows. I'm fucking good at stand-up, man. And I want to get some recognition for it, and I need you guys to help spread the word, help, I don't know. If you have anybody in high places, I need to land some management. I need an agent to help me out as well. I got to pitch these fucking shows I have written. I need access to the world of, higher ups in this industry that I'm trying to fucking crack. Anyway, but yeah, man, I can't believe Norm Macdonald died from cancer that he'd been battling for 9 years, and he didn't fucking tell anyone, man. That's how crazy this dude was. His family didn't know. Not like didn't tell anyone as in friends and other comics. His fucking family didn't know. The balls or just pure insanity it takes for you to fucking do that. I mean, you got to respect that shit. That's how dedicated to comedy he was, man. He knew that if other people knew that he had cancer, they would look at him and his comedy in a different light, and they wouldn't be able to take what he was saying the same way that they would if he was just regular old Norm Macdonald to them. And it's honestly true. It was a correct assumption, but to still be able to have the balls to do that and the dedication and the obsession and the love for comedy like that, I mean, fuck, bro. What an absolute goddamn icon. Nobody will be like him. I mean, unique delivery, unique jokes, unique fucking persona. What a legend, man. R.I.P. Norm Macdonald. Oh, the Emmys are trending. The Emmys are trending because they're happening and people are walking around in their fancy outfits and their fancy clothes. And I guess, I'll already tell you what's going to happen is people are going to start tweeting about how there's no masks and it's a small room and people are living their lives and they shouldn't be allowed to. Yeah, man, stop being the fucking COVID police, dude. Let people just do what the fuck they want to do. If you don't want to get vaxxed and you don't want to go out, don't do any of those things. If you want to get vaxxed and you don't want to go out, do that. If you want to get vaxxed and lick the fucking bottom of a subway floor, do that, man. Do whatever you want as long as you're not shady about it and you don't affect other people's lives. If you're unvaxxed and you're going to a vax place, like secretly with a fake card or some shit, you should be fucking put down because that's scumbag behavior. But if you're unvaxxed and you're going to a place that doesn't require vax, man, fucking do you, dude. And if you're a vaccinated person going to a place that doesn't require vax, then that's your fucking choice also. If you're vaccinated and you don't feel comfortable around other unvaccinated people for some reason, even though most people who are vaccinated believe that the vaccine is a form of protection, I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you, but we got to get back to our fucking lives at a certain point. I'm sorry. I'm done with it. I'm vaxxed. I'm fucking, I go to places that require vaccines because that's what all of New York City is now, but I'll also go into a place in the middle of fucking South Carolina and Myrtle Beach. I'll go back to Carolina Comedy Club right now, and I know they ain't checking vaccines cards there because that place is it is a lawless town. Nobody's doing the right thing in that fucking little section of the world. God, man, I still catch shit for that TikTok that I have, or portion of a podcast episode that I put on TikTok just shitting on Myrtle Beach for 10 minutes. Oh, he didn't go to the right. This kid thinks he saw it all. He was in the worst spot. He didn't go to all the right places. I took a fucking Uber 15 minutes away from where I was staying to find a good cup of coffee, man. I branched out. How fucking far do you want me to radiate from the central point? Radiate? That definitely ain't the word. But man, if I can't go 15 minutes in either direction and find something that's fucking legitimate or classy, area stinks, dude. There's nothing you can say to me to change my fucking mind. 15 minutes to find a mediocre coffee shop, and that's the only thing in that area. It's not even like a coffee shop that's then surrounded by a plethora of other options that meet my needs. No, it was that thing on its own, and it was probably gonna shut down soon because there's not enough people there who give a fuck about that kind of stuff. And if they did, they wouldn't live there because one mediocre coffee shop wouldn't do it for you. Know what I'm saying? What else is trending? Seth Rogen is trending because he's having a fashion moment at the Emmys. This dude is in. This dude looks like a fucking Jewish salmon. He's in a fucking. He looks like a Jew. And he cut his hair. He used to have hair and a long beard. He's fucking all cleaned up here, but he looks like a fucking. If salmon grew up in Old English times, that's what Seth Rogen looks like at this fucking Emmy party. If a salmon learned how to walk on land and go to a party that took place in like medieval times and they dressed, you know, I don't know. There's something about this guy, his bow tie is making me feel it's too big. It's too puffy. It's like, you know, the puffy shirts that was in the episode of Seinfeld. It's like that, but just confined to the bow tie itself. It's too big. It looks really big. I don't know. The colors are off. He looks like a fucking, I mean, he looks like an outfit that a basic white woman would put their husband in because it's very pumpkin spice latte-ish. But I actually like Seth Rogen a lot. He's a big old liberal, too aggressive of a liberal. And I'm not against liberal or Republican. I'm against being too far in any direction or even just caring about that stuff too much. I guarantee he's probably going to come out and make a comment about some bullshit about the Emmys and COVID or something going on. But he's such a funny dude. And then he always just says weird shit about, I don't know. He apologized prematurely for something he thought he was going to get called out on. I remember I didn't like that. He just seems like a little bit of a fucking pussy. But he's a funny dude and he knows how to write movies. So good. Good for the Jewish salmon. All right, I think I got to wrap this thing up, man. I don't know if that was the best episode of all time. I apologize, but I got to salvage my fucking marriage at a certain point here. I got to let my wife back up in the apartment. I love you guys. If you want more of me this week, if it wasn't enough, go join the Patreon, please, man. I'm begging you. I spend so much time and effort making these goddamn episodes and nobody helps me. I need to start making some more money doing this stuff. Also to justify, once again, from my wife, I've said this a million times, but if I was racking in thousands a month off of this podcast, I could be like, I'm paying the fucking rent with this podcast. Take the dog on a walk that you should have been taking him on anyway. But that's it for the episode, man. I love you guys. Take care. Bye. Stay safe.